what if you can't afford to buy a generator? Don't worry about it. They're not going to cut off your power. Power's still going to be on. It's just going to be when they say lights out, or the internet's going to go down. If you got a TV with a set of rabbit ears or a radio, you're going to get the EBS. But I don't think they're not going to shut down power. Not going into winter. No electricity is going to go out. Okay, they're not going to disrupt people's world that way. Okay. We're going to be flipping over. I mean, if it goes out, it's going to be for like a half a day while they flip over to the central systems. I think maybe with these towers that they've got all up and running right now, they're saying that they're 5G towers. I don't think they are. I think they're going to be shooting out a positive energy to help start the free energy. I think that's maybe. I'm just guessing. But don't worry about your power. You'll be fine. One second. A lot of repeat questions. The stock market. Yeah. Everybody's got to keep their eye on the metals market right now because of hang on a sec here, just 1 second. I have to let some cold air in. I'm getting hot in here. So the stock market, the metals market, we have to keep an eye on that because as the metals move up, the economy is ready to crash. The higher it goes, the more likely it's going to crash. That's what's happening. Because we're seeing lineups, and I mean lineups, on every metals exchange center in Vancouver, the Vancouver Bullion and Exchange Center. Yes, lineups 2 blocks long. Calgary, Silver Bull Gold, same thing. And like I said, do not exchange any currency or buy any metal or do anything with the banks because they are just rip-offs. They're just absolute ripping you off. Take the time out. If you have to drive somewhere into a city, try to hit the exchange centers. Even the little places, whatever you're doing to buy, check out, in town, who's selling silver, the little jewelry shops or whatever, check all them out. They're going to give you a much better deal than the banks will. The banks are they're desperate right now. Very, very desperate right now. And that's why they're foreign currency exchange, buying foreign currency. It's all stupid. It's a stupid profit on their end. Because why? It's because they're suffering. No, you're not going to lose your life insurance. You'll be fine. In fact, you won't even need life insurance after the med beds get finished with you. So, I have a question. Why can't I get credit card from Web3? Well, nobody's going to want a credit card, right? Who wants to have a credit card when you're loaded with money? Forget about it. That's a negative. You're going in a negative direction there, Patriot, okay? Don't forget about credit cards. Step out of the matrix. You are the credit card itself. You don't need anything. And it's like I said this morning in my video. If people are starving for food or whatever, go hit the food bank, okay? They're still there available. Just eat your pride a little bit and go down and get a bag of food. That's what I'm saying. There's still lots of, the Matrix puts it out there to make the city or the town that you're in look good, to say they're doing some humanitarian work, and but really it's the food bank collects all that from Patreons that are in the stores that drop off food into the donation boxes, and then they have a food bank go around and pick all that food up into the thing, and they send it over to the food bank. Why I know this? Because I built a food bank for the city, okay, here in my town. I was one of the contractors who went in there and built the whole. I donated 150,000 of my own money to help gear it up because they only had a certain budget to work with. And I says, okay. I went home and I figured out what I could get, what I can get it done for, and it was, I figured with my donation and that there, it worked, and I ended up building it. I believe it was 2014, and I still got accommodation for that from the food bank people, which I still appreciate that, and I want to thank them very much for giving me that accommodation and everything for doing that. But that's how they do it, right? That's how they go around, and it's basically people that have a little bit more money that want to donate a little bit of food to the food bank, and each store has a little basket of donations they throw in there, and then the food bank comes around and picks it up, and that's the way it's done, right? So forget about the credit cards. I've never owned a credit card in my life. What about the banks in Canada? What about them? They're all central banks. They're criminals, and they're all going to go down along with the Chase and all these other ones. There's only going to be a few banks that have already set up a gold-back security Basel III compliant, and they've already assimilated with the new quantum financial system that's coming in. But don't forget, there's going to be a stock market crash. There's 3 crashes that are coming, folks, right? Remember? What did I say? Okay, what did I say? 3, the storm, okay? The perfect storm. It's going to be the stock market crash. It's going to be the commercial real estate crash. It's going to be the residential real estate crash. They're all coming. It's all happening now. All you have to do is look at the prices in Vancouver that are dropping 45%, 40%. Prices that are 2, 3, 4 million. They're always been overpriced there. Their stupid prices are as bad as the prices in New York, right? I mean, Vancouver's a nice place, but who wants to spend that kind of money? Shall I sign a document for a loan modifications or what I owe to end the bet? No. Don't do anything with the bank. Walk away. Please, people, walk away. Every time you sign something it's basically sinking you deeper into the quagmire that you're in right now. Forget about them. Cut up your credit cards. Pull your money out of the bank. Keep your account open with 20, 25, 30 bucks in it. I've been telling everybody to do that for at least 10 years now. You don't need banks. Banks are evil. Okay? Now, the reason why I open up my account, because I am a pensioner. Okay? So they give me my pension through one bank at the Royal, and then, of course, I pull it out that day or a couple days after, and I don't ever keep any. Right now I got 86 bucks in it. And if it, closes down, it's not going to hurt me, right? Banks right now, the banks right now that are going to be left open will end up being wealth management centers. Okay, so if you want to, if you've got your fortune and everything's on a quantum financial system in your phone or on your card, whatever, you're going to be able to say, the bank, you can walk in, make an appointment to see them or whatever, and they'll be more than happy. They probably even won't make you wait. They'll be chasing you out the door to try to, help you reinvest your money. They're going to be worse than lawyers chasing ambulances. I guarantee it. Yeah, you got her. Okay. Now, does everybody want to talk about some Galactic stuff? Okay. I want to get into this. So we have 3 epic battles going on right now, okay? And as you know, the Draco Reptilian, they love death, destruction, misery, pain, wars. They that's what they loosh off of. That's their food, other than they're, using the humanoid as their buffet as well. But they live that's their drug. They're it's their high. And without it, if there becomes peace around the planet, it could kill them because of so much Schumann resonancy, high frequency, and love and light. Just like it was back in the 60s when we had all these rock festivals and everybody's peace and love and all this stuff. They just absolutely despised it. And that's why they tried to create the Vietnam War. And then, of course, there has all these protests going on, And I was there. I remember all of it. And, Johnson, basically, Kennedy was killed, not because of him trying to start his own gold-backed currency, which he had printed about $4 or $5 billion of it already. He was killed because of that, but also because he was trying to stop the Vietnam War. So basically, at that time, George Bush Sr. was the head of the FBI, which was directly involved in the assassination of John F. Kennedy. And President Johnson, being the POS as he is, a globalist dog, and the crap that he did beyond words, he started and fired up the Vietnam War. And that was in 63, 64, after the death of Kennedy. So mark my words, all this is coming full circle. And, there's going to be people out there that will wish they picked the other side, picked our side, because the end game for you is not going to be good. The 3 big subterranean wars that are going on is right now still active. Mount Hermon to Jerusalem. And what did Trump say? We're leaving Israel for last. Okay? And all the good Jewish Hebrew people that wanted to settle there at one time, they've all fled because they knew that the Khazars were in there, taking their name, their identity, and becoming very influential in their life. Okay, the next one, which is South Africa to Libya. There's a big, tough battle going on there. And, of course, there's one in the United States, I believe, Mexico into the States. This comes straight from Gene Decode. Now, the Draco Queen is under Palestine, which we know what that is. It's Israel. And that's what they have done. They have basically, she's freaking out right now because she has lost her directive and has been cut off to try to escape out. And the Earth Alliance has cut all that out. The Galactic Federation, everybody's cut that all off. And that's what they're doing. There's a fierce battle going on there now. And I'm not going to get into it too far. But the future, our future, is about frequency, resonance, and light, and love. That's what we have to focus in on, because the more we can spread that energy out across the lands, the faster this will all come to an end. The best fighters that we're going to be up against are the Draco soldiers, and they are all armored up, ready to die for their queen. That's what's happening right now. They're the toughest fighters this side of the Milky Way. Okay? So, but we have super soldiers and very, very tough hombres that will want to clash, and they want to exterminate this bee. And it's not a beehive; it's more like a termite hill. It's a underground termite nest or layer that they have to take care of, and that's all under Jerusalem right now, and that's why the Khazars on the surface fled that after the bombing and everything that was going on there, fled back to eastern Ukraine, and Putin's just going to let them walk in and set up their whole new environment in eastern Ukraine, and they're even dressed up in kind of like trooper uniforms now, stopping all vehicles from going into that particular area in eastern Ukraine to make sure that these, whoever's heading into there is actually a member of their cult, right? But Putin's just sitting back there watching them. He says, come on in, let's get everybody all packed in here so we can, when we surround the wagons, you're all going to be in one little cute little nutshell. Okay, now, and they, like I says, they are armored up, and there's going to be a real epic battle. And I think once that is done, once Israel has been, the underground subterranean bullshit that's going on under there has been taken out, I think this is where we're going to see a lot of good things happening. Yep, let's feel safe and sound. The end of the cabal. This is the end of the cabal, okay? This planet is at war and has been at war for 44,000 years, and they've had the upper hand with the Draco Reptilian. And their human hybrids. Their human hybrids are basically has DNA of the reptilian Dracos, okay? And they're all over the place. Some don't even know that they are. Yeah, if I got a filter on, I apologize. I tried to take it off yesterday. What a great time to be alive. Yeah, no kidding. Isn't this epic? It is just like, this is a show of a lifetime that we will be able to talk to our grandchildren and our grandchildren's grandchildren. The life extension that we're going to be able to look forward to. All this drug and damaging drugs and the syndicate pharmacare, all this shit's going to go away. And we're going to be able, we're already starting to, breathe fresh air. I'm not seeing any chemtrails, and I'm scoping that out around the world. Not even in the big cities. Those cities are clear skies. I mean, like, things are changing. I can't even see my, yeah. Putin is a good guy, and he's helping us. He's not just helping his people. Yes, he's helping the whole planet. And, we have to recognize the hero, one of the heroes of this, and patriot heroes, as what he is. Yes, I know. Lots of chemtrails in Ontario still, okay. Well, unfortunately, it's... Yeah, but they're gonna start taking them down. I mean, there is an epic battle going on for the skies as well. A lot of stuff is going to is getting cleaned up right now. Love and light, that's right. Just keep bringing out that. Just start, do whatever you can to stay in a light-minded mind concept. Be good to everybody. I know there's a lot of people hurting out there, and sometimes you just want to just smack them. But we have to control our inner emotions and be higher than that. We do not want to step into their darkness. Okay, we are we are above that, and we have to show them that we are above that. And like I said, I do not pull in confrontations anymore. And a good, very, very close brother of mine, a brother from another mother, he says, I have such a hard time, because he knows so many people, but he gets himself wrapped up into their bullshit, and he's working very, very hard to step out of their darkness. It's not easy.